I guess my policy is always like, I want to give my clients the grace and like reliability and and responsiveness that I would want them to give to me. And I think you're really great at that.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
that leads to my next question, which
Yeah.
is, what are results and what have you enjoyed about working with me?
Oh, yes. So the access was actually very important. Um, and also, I mean, you're just such an amazing person, such a fun person, a genuine person. So that was also very fun. In terms of the results, uh, I think what's been great as I've been calculating my numbers as a true planner, is that I have a general sort of revenue goal, for what it would look like to at least try and get close to breaking even. And right now we're talking it's September 2025, and I'm like 25% there, a quarter of the way there for 2026. And that feels awesome. Um, because I really had to be like, all right, even if today doesn't look like anything, I see the vision. And that was amazing because I feel like one of my first questions for you was like, how do I even like get client? I didn't even I didn't know what I was doing. So that I think was really, really, really amazing. I think another thing that was really incredible for me working with you was that you opened my eyes to a different way of doing business. Right. And
Oh, what do you
so
mean by
for
that?
by that, you know, if anyone listening has been in a particular industry for a long time, there's a way, quote unquote, a way that you do things, a way that you
Yeah.
get clients, the places
Mm-hmm.
that you show up, the things you should be doing, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Right. I found it incredibly valuable that you are not in the same industry as me. So when you'd be like, oh, go to this like government procurement like workshop.
The amount of emails I have forwarded to Uchechi, I mean, that is benefit to living in LA with me.
Right, right.
I'm like,
That
come with me.
yeah, come with me to this like I was like, okay, you know, or like, come with me to this thing about like minority certifications and what I have legitimately never, ever, ever, ever heard of any of these things. And yeah, but this was so important. And like, going back to that curiosity, I was like, oh my God, if I'm serving business owners and these organizations have business owners that do completely different things than what I do. No one else is a financial planner. Then this is actually the perfect environment for me to be, even if I just see it as market research to understand more of what it is that they're truly concerned about, you know? But even to see myself as like, oh, I could be a government contractor. Well, actually, that makes sense because there are very, very, very large financial institutions that do that. And it's the smaller ones that, you know, that I've worked with that they're smaller compared to these big banks that just like don't think about business in those ways. And that was really exciting to see that a way of sort of setting yourself apart is by being in rooms where no one else is there like you.
This part, because I was caught up like you, Chachi. I was in rooms, other coaches, other
Yeah.
people online. So I figured, oh, well, if this is the framework I'm spending a lot of money with, let me copy and paste this. And I was just done. I was like, there has to be another way. And also asking ourselves a deeper question, why did we get into this work in the first place?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why did we want to do this work? Why did
Yeah.
we? And asking that deep question made me like, I'm going to get the analogy of being a single woman. Like, let me date other types of
Right.
events. You know,
Literally. Yes.
let me try this. Like, oh, this is new. Like government
Mm-hmm.
agents. Oh, okay. And also the curiosity part, right? I mean, you found me because of SEO, but that happened because after 3 years of being posting stuff on social media all the time, I'm like, wait, okay, how am I getting clients? Referrals? That's easy. But the people that are finding me, what words are they using to find me? Oh, let me focus on SEO. I had the curious perspective to figure out what's happening as opposed to let me see what everyone else is doing and I'm going
Yes,
to do a copy
exactly.
and paste model.
Yeah. Because you just, you cannot. And it also just doesn't, there's so much more excitement in finding what could actually work for you than copying, pasting, and hoping that there's some kind of like secret pill to success. Wherein,
We and we always do, right? Career
Yeah,
ladder, right? I mean, there's obviously certain jobs like a doctor. I
yeah.
understand you have to follow steps with it, but with entrepreneurship, it's a jungle gym.
It absolutely is. And like, and you're building it on your own. And I think something else that was so honestly powerful for me, um, were the office hours, especially when there were other people there. Because as I mentioned before, I don't think that everyone should start their own business. But I think that if you do start your own business, it is important to be with other people who understand the trenches that you're in. Because if you go from being a W-2 employee to running your own thing, it is so dramatically different. Every single part of it is dramatically different that even when you are experiencing something that's absolutely normal as an entrepreneur, you're going to feel like you're failing. You're going to feel like this is only you. You're going to feel like it's just your problem. And so I loved going to the office hours, and something that you're so skilled about and just in facilitation, is that very often, let's say that I brought up a concern that I was dealing with, and you saw even just someone nodding their head. You didn't center yourself. You'd be like, oh, so and so, I see you nodding. What would you like to say? And so very often you felt that it was not you, Elaine, but rather the group, the aggregate that was feeding into each other. And this is so powerful because we have so much collective knowledge. And I think in that decentralizing of yourself and actually propping up the members of the group, even for some, we've been able to build like friendships and relationships that were outside of you. But that particular spirit of being so supported in a group of women and getting just this beautiful, beautiful knowledge and wealth of experience that's coming from, in some cases, not just around the country, but around the world, I think is kind of irreplaceable. And there are many moments where I'm like, this feels, we were on the call, like, I think last week or
I
the week
know what you're
before. It
about
was
to
like,
say.
it just feels like church. Like, I feel like, and y'all, I don't go to church. I don't go to church no more. I did that.
I promise I don't think I'm God or Jesus, okay? I'm
No,
not that type of coach.
no. I'm like, I'm a Southerner. I've been to a lot of churches, not like that. But there is something about, if you've ever been to like a Black church service in particular, where they talk about you feel the spirit. You feel, but I say that so seriously because a spirit can only emerge when a group of people have come together to create something themselves that's bigger than themselves. And that's often how I feel like when it's a large group of folks in the office hours, is like, I feel like we're creating something that's bigger than ourselves, but that's really feeding our souls. And this can only happen in community.
Yeah. I reflect on like, okay, what have I learned from past situations to even fix that? Because I was also in rooms of other coaches, right? We want to be with our same people because we think, but then I didn't like how they were doing it. I didn't
Yeah.
like how, oh, you're like the celebrity and I'm a minion that should be so grateful to be in your
Yeah.
presence.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I have 5 minutes to share the question I have. That's all I got. Like,
Yeah.
and I appreciate you giving me that feedback because how I like starting office hours or even talks, I always say, I'm not the only expert here. We all
Yeah.
have different lived experiences. So I'll pull in different experts. Um, if anyone was kind of teetering, should I work with Elaine or not? What would you share with them?
I say, hell yeah. I'm like, is there anything else to say? Um, Teetering about whether they should work with you. I think that your power as, how do I even describe this? Do I think everyone should work with you? Actually, no. If you're generally unsure about whether Elaine is a good fit or not, or if you're ready or not, then just don't do it. Actually, don't do it. It's better to maybe have some other experiences. It's better to have more time. It's better maybe even to sit longer on your couch and create the website or recreate the website, right? So that when you do arrive at this experience, that you are ready to utilize Elaine for her wealth of experiences, wealth of resources. Like, I wouldn't want you to arrive here and just expect her to pave the path for you, because it's not actually what happens. It's like, I think you have to have the fire to want it, and Elaine will meet you exactly there.